Sorry for that delay, whoever was watching still on the live stream. Looks like I lost all of my viewers. It shows nobody currently up. Hopefully all of you log back in. Welcome back to the 3 viewers that I had. I had 92 viewers before we lost our internet connection here in the facility. I appreciate the 3 of you coming back to join me. We are trying to get everything together. Give me just one quick break. I'm going to take care of a housekeeping measure and see if I can't find something. One moment. All right, just back in time. I'll take care of a couple housekeeping issues. I want to welcome back the 20 viewers that we currently have for event 49, the girls 12-year-old 200 medley relay. In lane number 1, you have the CSP B relay. Lane 2, CSP A relay. Lane 3, Rockwood A relay. And lane 4, the Rockwood B relay for the 12 girls 12 and under. It'll be the backstroke followed by the breaststroke, fly, then the free. Remaining on our calendar here this is event 49. It'll be the 200 medley relay for 12-year-old girls, followed by the event 50, which will be the boys. Event 51, which will be the girls 13-14 200 medley relay. The boys 13-14 200 medley relay. And that'll be followed by the ever favorite long course 400 IM. It sounds like I'm out of breath. That's because I am. I had to take care of a quick housekeeping issue running down the steps here at Edwardsville, if you've ever been there. Back to the kitchen and sprint back up as they were getting ready to start the relay just to help out one of our swim families. At 53 years old, I am not in near the shape I used to be. I like to tell my wife when she asks me if I'm going to continue to get in shape, I remind her that round is a shape and that I'm sticking to that. But as they come home in the freestyle leg, lane 4 is the CSPA relay. And if the heat sheet that was provided to me is right, the ESPA relay, that should have been Maitland Michelson finishing it up in the freestyle. That should have been Mia Panich first, Emma Stojevich second, Reese Anderson third, and Maitland Michelson fourth, finishing the freestyle. Your second. Somehow the timers have missed. Yeah, second place would have been the Rockwood A relay, followed by the CSPB, and then the Rockwood B relay. That includes event 59 or 49. We're going to go ahead on to event 50. That's going to be the boys. Looks like we will have two heats. It looks like it'll two lanes, lane 4, lane 5. It'll be CSP versus the Rockwood relay. And I'm not sure CSP formed a team, so looks like it'll be the Rockwood boys only in the pool. And I do not have a list of swimmers, so if you identify those swimmer with you, please give me a shout out so I can mention his name. But that is Rockwood swimming backstroke first. This is the 12 boys, 12-year-old boys. Rockwood transitions to the breaststroke. Their entry time was 2:39.05, so with no one else in the pool, they are truly chasing the clock. Let's see if they can beat their entry time. Generally, that entry time is a 50-meter long course time for each one of their swimmers. So if each swimmer, or a combination of those swimmers, swims the best time, they will improve on their entry seed. Transition to the butterfly. I do apologize. We do not have a list of names for the relays, which is normal in these types of meets, that they see which kids come to the meet, which kids are performing at a high level at the meet, and then sometimes they move the swimmers around in their relays so they can try to be the most competitive. But the Rockwood swimmer currently swimming the butterfly leg. That's a pretty strong looking butterfly for a 12-year-old. As they transition to the freestyle, and the anchor leg hits into the water at this time. I'll take another quick moment, apologize from earlier. We did lose our live stream. The building actually, I have not looked outside to see if we have weather or not, but we did lose the internet connection in the building. So we scrambled, got it back up, and we are able to produce the remaining relays and the 400 IM. As they touch the wall, it will be Rockwood first. And they did drop their time. Their seed time was a 2:39.05, and they went 2:33.50, dropping almost 6 seconds off their feed time. Very nice jobs, guys. Girls, 13 and 14-year-old, 200-meter relay. In lane 1 is the Rockwood B relay. Lane 2, the Parkway relay. Backstroke being swum by Audrey Wagner. Lane 3, Rockwood A. Lane 4, CSP A. Backstroke being swum by Avery Canine. Lane 5, CSP, Macy DiGiuseppe. Lane 6, CSP, Emma Welch. Lane 7, Sophia Schneider. And lane 8, the Rockwood C relay as they come to the wall. Rockwood A relay and the CSP A relay are neck and neck. Swimming breaststroke for CSP is Jacqueline Hugh. Swimming in lane 3, Rockwood, I can't tell. If I had to guess, it's probably Zoe Chalfant. She's their number 1 breaststroker in this age group. They touch the wall and head to the butterfly. Hannah Renaud for CSP. Rockwood, I'm not familiar who's swimming the butterfly. Hannah Renaud has stretched the butterfly leg out to 1 length. But here comes the RS Rockwood Swim Club. They have closed that gap. It's going to see who's got the freestyle rig. The freestyle for the A relay will be Grace Capel for CSP. They enter the water together. As they come under the flags, it looks like CSP Grace Capel is going to touch the wall first at a time of 2:09.39. 2:09.39. That drops 4 seconds off their entry time. Rockwood finishes second. Rockwood's entry time was a 2:19, and they finished in 2:10.12. What a great relay. Third place relay was the CSP B relay. Their entry time was 2:17.39, and they finished in a 2:15.90. Fourth place was CSP C, followed by the Parkway A and the Rockwood B. On to the boys, event number 52. They are in the water at this time. In lane number 2 will be the CSP B relay, starting with Ben Shumley in backstroke. Lane 3 will be the Rockwood B relay. Lane 4 is the Rockwood A relay. Lane 5 is the CSP A relay with Brody Blatt swimming backstroke, Lane 6 is Parkway's A relay with Colin Shaver swimming backstroke. Lane 7 CSP C relay with Charlie Hill. Lane 2 off to an early lead in backstroke. That is Ben Shumley. giving his team almost a full body length lead in the first leg. The breaststrokers do enter the water. Lane 2 for CSP, that'll be Wills Dino. For CSP in lane 5 will be Cabot Morowski. For Parkway in lane 6 will be Andy Eschinger, and for CSP in lane 7 will be Camden Theodos. Sorry about the Rockwood relays. I do not have a list of who's swimming what leg. As they touch the wall, go to the butterfly event. The butterflyers in lane 2 will be Casey Chu for the CSP B relay. It'll be Max Marcus in lane 5 for the CSP A relay. Lane 6 will be Vincent Hager for the Parkway A relay. Lane 7 will be Joseph DiGiuseppe for the CSP C relay. Your freestyle that enters the pool in lane 4. For Rockwood with a lead. In lane 5, the freestylers for CSP will be Jax Paselko in lane 2, Jordan Yarbrough in lane 5, Ryan Lipsky in lane 6. For Parkway, and lane 7 will be Corbin Cole. But your winner in lane 4, sorry I could not give you who it is, finishing a time of 2:02 flat. 2:02 flat will be the Rockwood A relay, cutting 6 seconds off their entry. Second place will be the Parkway A relay, finishing a time of 2:05.69, cutting 14 seconds off their entry. And third place will be the CSP A relay, anchored by Jordan Yarbrough, finishing at 2:05.96, cutting almost 10 seconds off of theirs. That concludes event number 52. That's the boys 13-14 relay. Our next event will be event 53. It will be the girls 13-14 400 meter IM. There is 3 events. Heat 1 will be a mixed event, a combined event with the boys. They are adding Heat 1 of the boys, which will be Charlie Hill, to the girls Heat 1 event. So if you're a parent of Charlie Hill, be sure to tune in with the girls heat, because he will be swimming with them in a combined heat. It appears as well deserved. They want to give a lot of these relay swimmers a 10-minute break so that they can fuel back up before they attempt the 400 IM. As I'm told by the majority of our long course swimmers, the 200 fly and the 400 IM are the 2 hardest events in the long course pool. So let's get some fuel back in them, give them some of their energy and get their legs back so that they can swim this event. whistle for the first heat of event 53. Girls, it's going to be a mixed heat, like I mentioned. Girls 13 and 14, and boys 13 and 14. 400 meter IM. In lane number 3, Lily Ta, CSP. Lane 4, Sylvia Haynes, CSP. Lane 5, Charlotte Brown, CSP. Lane 6, Charlie Hill, CSP. This is 100 yards of butterfly, 100 yards of backstroke, one breast and one free, totaling 400 meters of individual medley. Your leader at this point in lane number 7, swimming 13-14 boys, is Charlie Hill. In lane number 5, Charlotte Brown. In lane number 3, Lily Ta, and in number 4, Sylvia Haynes. None of these swimmers have an established time, so they're looking to make their cut. The meet record is set by Emma Smith for the 13-14-year-old girls. Emma set that record in 2009 with a 5-minute flat .86. The boys' record was set in 2018 by Hayes Varvel, and he set that in 4:56.87. The girls are looking for the following cuts. Division I BB cut is a 6:25.89. And A time, a USA Swimming motivational time, is 5:56.19. AAA zone cut for this year in Elkhart, Indiana is 5:26.49. A sectional cut is a 5:21.99, and their bonus cut, if you've already qualified to be able to swim this event, is a 5:29.99. That is for the girls, 13-14. Correction, that was girls' national age group standards. The sectional cut's for all ages. On the boys' side, the BB cut is a 6:04.69 for Division I champs in Ozark. An A cut is a 5:36.59. A AAA cut for Elkhart, Indiana for national age groups is a 5:08.59. Sectional cut to Swimming USA Summer Sectionals in Lenexa, Kansas will be a 4:42.99. And if you've qualified for other events and you want to use this as one of your bonus events, the bonus qualifying time is a 4:50.99 for Charlie. They just finished the backstrokes, flipping over. Most of them are doing a crossover turn into the breaststroke. Leading the heat right now in lane number 7 is Charlie Hill. Second place is virtually stroke for strokes with lanes 3 and lane 5 between Lily Ta and Charlotte Brown. And then Sylvia Haynes, as she transitions into the breaststroke, is our 4th swimmer in this heat. Our 5th swimmer. Yeah, I was right the first time. Our 4th swimmer in this heat. As our swimmers make their way back in the breaststroke, that's the 3rd of 4 strokes. Charlie Hill still with about a 3 body length lead on lane 5, Charlotte Brown, and another 3 lengths back to Lily Ta in lane 3. Charlie Hill transitions from the breaststroke into his freestyle, as does Charlotte Brown. And Lily Ta comes to the wall now, touches with 2 hands, turns, and swims break out into the freestyle. As if you look on the far side of the screen, I believe one of our biggest fans, that looks like Camden Theodos trying to urge Charlie Hill to finish this race at a high energy pace. Let's appreciate the fans and the cheering and the support that each one of these other swimmers are giving to their teammates. As Charlie comes underneath the flags, he will touch the wall first. Charlie finishes in a time of 5:28.34. 5:28.34. That's a good swim if he's never swam this before. Charlotte Brown's going to touch it in 5:38.02. Finishing second in the heat, first for the girls in that heat for the 13, 14-year-old girls. Second place in the girls' heat will be in lane 5. That's Lily Ta. She finished in 5:49.73. Our final swimmer coming underneath the flags will be Sylvia Haynes. She's in lane 4. She's 13 years old, and she touches in a 6:08.08. 6:08.08. Nice swim, guys. Heat number 2 on the blocks. We have 6 swimmers. Lanes number 1 and lane number 8 are empty. In lane number 2 is Grace Krager from CSP. Lane 3 is Kate Punnowert from CSP. Lane 3, Ella Welch, CSP. Lane 4, Sammy Sylvester, Parkway. Lane 5, Isabel Phillips. Lane 6, Isabel Phillips, CSP. And lane 7, also from CSP, Nora Cook. Looks like the leaders in lanes 2 and 3 are Grace Krager and Kate Punnowert. They both touched the wall in 34.24 and 34.73 respectfully. Followed closely behind by lane number 6, Isabel Phillips, who touched it at 35.10. As the swimmers in lanes 2 and 3, Grace Krager and Kate Punnowert touched the wall almost identically. Grace was in 1:15.76 at the halfway, and Kate Punnowert was 1:15.36. After the butterfly, I'm sorry, I said the halfway. They still had backstroke. That was after the butterfly event. As the swimmers come back past the announcer's booth, Kate Punnowert has stretched the lead out to about 2 body lengths in backstroke. The IM, you can see the lead change multiple times in an IM based off of each swimmer's specialty. I expect we'll see a change in breaststroke depending on the swimmers and what their specialty is, and maybe change back again into freestyle. It's one of the swims that you will see numerous lead changes throughout the event. Kate Punnowert touches in her crossover, swims over to breaststroke. Followed closely behind by Grace Krager, who also makes the turn. Halfway point, Kate Punnowert went out in 2:40.23. Grace Krager in 2:44.43, and in lane 6, Isabel Phillips turned in 2:50.61. We might have some kind of scoreboard error, so the names are not up there. So I will remind you, lane 2 is Grace Krager, lane 3 Kate Punnowert, lane 4 Ella Welch, all from CSP, Lane 5 is Sammy Sylvester from Parkway in lane 5. Lane 6 and lane 7 are both CSP swimmers. Lane 6 is Isabel Phillips, and lane 7 is Nora Cook. As the swimmers make their way back in the breaststroke event, Kate Puntleworth has stretched that lead out to about 5 body lengths over lane 2, Grace Krager. Out in lane number 6, though, Isabel Phillips is starting to close the gap on our second place swimmer. Our 4th and 5th place swimmers in lanes 4 and 5 are neck and neck. Lane 4 is Ella Welch from CSP, and lane 5 is Sammy Sylvester from Parkway. Trying to reel them back in this breaststroke is lane 7. She is closing the gap slightly as Nora Cook, and she is from CSP. Kate Puntleworth passes us going the opposite way in her freestyle event. Grace Krager also coming into that along with Isabel Phillips. At this point we find out who has the energy, who still has the legs left. How much legs did they use during the butterfly and backstroke? Are they just going to pull themselves through with their arms? Kate Puntleworth makes the turn first, followed by Grace Krager and Isabel Phillips. Touching the wall first in lane number 3 will be Kate Puntleworth. She finishes in a time of 5:33.80. That's almost a full, about a 50-second drop for Kate since the last time she swam this event. Second place will be lane 2. That is Grace Krager. She has not swam the event on time. She finished in a 5:43.26. Third place out in lane 6, also her first time swimming the 400 IM in long course, is Isabel Phillips. Isabel finished in 5:53.82. And our race to the wall in lanes 4 and 5 has lane 5, Sammy Sylvester, out freestyling to a 6:07.68. Lane 4 finishing 5th, Ella Welch, in a 6:07.78. Here's our final heat, our top qualifiers for the 400 IM. Female, the women's. Their names are not on the board either. However, in lane number 1 will be Aubrey Wagner, Parkway. Lane 2, Renna McDaniels, Peoria. Lane 3, Sophia Schneider, CSP. Lane 4, Hannah Renaud, CSP. Lane 5, Lexi Cook, Rockwood. Lane 6, Jacqueline Hughes, CSP. Lane 7, Emma Welch, CSP. And in lane 8, Nina Shear, CSP. As they touch the wall, Hannah Renaud will touch the wall first in a 1:11.98, followed by Lexi Cook at a 1:12.28. As they turn over to the backstroke, we will probably see a quick lead change, as that is one of Lexi's forte events, is backstroke. And it quickly does. She quickly moves out to almost a full body length lead on the second swimmer, Hannah Renaud, in lane 4. As they swim back fast from our right to our left, Lexi Cook has stretched out to about a 4-5 body length lead on second place, Hannah Renaud. And there's about another 4 lengths back to our swimmer in lane 3, which is Sophia Schneider, also from CSP. Lexi Cook makes the turn at the midway point at 2:30.29. She swam that second backstroke leg in 37.88. Hannah Renaud touches in a 2:40.47 as they switch over to the breaststroke. As they switch over to the breaststroke, Hannah has cut Lexi Cook's lead to about 3 body lengths in closing. However, the third and fourth place swimmers are almost neck and neck. Both look like they're very good breaststrokers. They're closing the field. As they swim back by us, Hannah has caught Lexi Cook and got about a half body length lead at this time. As we know, Lexi's a very, very good freestyler, so this no lead turning into the freestyle will be safe. Third place and making a very good charge out in lane number 6 is Jacqueline Hughes, a breaststroker. She's really closed the gap. Hannah has switched over to freestyle, as has Lexi. Hannah's 4:12.61 at the switch. Lexi's a 4:16.47 as they both make their way back in the freestyle leg. As they turn at the wall to come back, Hannah Renaud swam that leg, freestyle leg in 36.37. Lexi's in 37.99. As they cross from our right to our left to finish, Hannah's got about a 4 body length lead, but Lexi, you can see through her arm pace starting to pick it up, her kick and splash in the water. Finishing in 5:25.09 is Hannah Renaud with her closing freestyle of 36.11. Like I mentioned, Lexi picks up the 35.42 in her closing 50 for a 5:29.88. 5:29.88. That's an almost 10-second drop for Lexi Cook. Nice swim, young lady. Finishing third place in lane 6 is Jacqueline Hugh. She finished in a 5:43.97, dropping almost just under 4 seconds off of her time. Fourth place in lane number 3 is Sophia Schneider, finishing in 5:51.89. Fifth place will be out in lane number 8. That'll be Nina Shear. She finished in a time of 6:02.57. She dropped almost 9 seconds. Great swim, Nina. Sixth place in lane 7, Emma Welch, finished in a 6:10.02. Our next heat will be event 54, the boys 13-14, 400 meter IM, heat number 2. We have 8 swimmers. In lane number 1, bottom of your screen, Brody Blatt, CSP. Lane 2, Camden Theodos, CSP. Lane 3, Ryan Lipsky, Parkway. Lane 4, Andy Aschinger, Parkway. In lane 5, Landon Burke, Peoria. In lane 6, Paxton Raskuskis, Peoria. Lane 7, Jaden Yarborough, CSP. In lane 8, Casey Chu, CSP. As they make the turn, lane 7 is your leader. That's Jaden Yarborough. Went out in that first 50 in 32.94. I must have missed lane 8's touch because he is out. Casey Chu is out in front of Jaden by almost a full body length. So as they come back to the 100, we'll remind you these events always do change leaders multiple times during the swim because each of their specialties. As they switch over to the backstroke, Casey Chu with the lead. He went out in his 100 butterfly on 111 flat, 111.04. Jaden Yarborough in 114.24. As they switch over to the back, quickly in lane 4, making a charge on the backstroke is Andy Aschinger. He's already caught our second place swimmer and closing on the leader. I'm sorry, that's lane 5. That is Landon Burke. I'm sorry, I got that backwards. Also making a backstroke charge is lane 2, Camden Theodos. As they made the turn, Casey Chu continues to lead by about 6 body lengths. Your second place in lane 5 is Landon Burke. And third place currently, Jaden Yarborough, CSP Tideriders. The lanes 1 and 2 almost swimming in unison. Brody Blatt and Camden Theodos are closing the gap on our second place swimmers. Within a matter of about 3 strokes, we'll be even across the pool. Your leader at the midway point is Casey Chu as he switches from back to breaststroke. Our other 4 swimmers, as you look across, are almost identical as they do their breakout for their breaststroke. As they make a charge, lane 4 does pull in the second place along with lane 5, that is Landon Burke, along with Camden Theodos, as they stretch their breaststroke out to second place. As they move from the right of your screen to the left, Casey Chu still holding the lead in the breaststroke event, coming under the flags and to the wall. Second place in lane 5 is still Landon Burke from Peoria Area Water Wizard, followed closely by lane 2, Camden Theodos of CSP. As they touch the wall for home, Casey Chu maintains the lead. However, that lead is diminishing. Camden Theodos has put on a hard charge in freestyle to try to close this gap.
I'll hang loose here and see if she comes back.
Touching the wall first in lane number 8 is Casey Chu. He finished in a time of 5:23:33. I'm sorry, 5:23:23. Well within the 8 time standard. Second place was Camden Theodos in lane 2 at 5:28:94. Third place in lane 5, Landon Burke. He finished in a time of 5:31:42. Fourth place in lane 1, Brody Blatt in 5:32:95. Fifth place in lane number 3, Ryan Lipsky. Ryan finished in 5:36:06 with a large 27-second cut. Good job, Ryan. Sixth place out in lane number 7 was Jaden Yarbrough. His first time swimming, 5:37:61. And in 7th place in lane 4, Andy Ashinger. He finished in 5:47:38. We do have one more heat. It will be heat 3 of 3. And as we pause for our last swimmer to finish, we'll be with you momentarily. Our final event today is event 54, boys 13-14, 400 meter IM. This is heat 3 of 3 and our fastest qualifiers. Looks like we have 8 swimmers that have entered the water. Lane number 1, Jake Slavinsky, Recplex. Lane 2, Tanner Hulsman, Parkway. Lane 3, Jody Giuseppe, CSP. Lane 4, Cabot Morosky, CSP. Lane 5, Vincent Hager, Parkway. Lane 6, Ben Chumley, CSP. Lane 7, Colin Schaefer, Parkway. And in lane 8, Lewis Shen from the Rockwood Swim Club. Schaefer from the Parkway Swim Club out in lane 7 makes it an early lead. He went the first 50 in 31:20. Got himself worked about a 2-stroke lead. Make that about a 1-stroke lead out of lane 1 where Jake Slavinsky's trying to stay with him pace for pace. Colin takes it out in 108 flat in the 100 fly. As they switch over to backstroke, Jake Slavinsky went a 109.01 to the second touch. As I mentioned earlier, this lead always seems to change. Jake Slavinsky passes into the lead in lane number 1 with some outside fire in the backstroke portion of the 400 IM. I will correct myself. I did not give Colin, unless he looked over and seen where Jake was. Colin went ahead and touched first at the 150 mark. He touched at 148.41 where Jake was at 149.50. As they swim from our right to our left, it's hard to see lane 1 down in front of the announcer's table. As they come into the wall, Colin starts to expand on his lead as they flip over to the breaststroke. Colin in lane number 7 touched in 2:28.76. Jake in 2:31.63. Third place in lane 3 is Joe DiGiuseppe, who touched in 2:34.98 as they switch over to the breaststroke. As they continue to swim the breaststroke, I try to give you the splits for those of you watching from previous meets at home to see where your swimmers stand. It's hard to give them to all of you because the board does start. Looks like Colin Schaefer makes that turn in 45.85 as he swam that 50 at 3:14.61. Jake Slavinsky went 45.61, closing that gap a few tenths to 3:17.24. But our big mover in the breaststroke is in lane 4. He swam that 50 meters in 43, almost 43 flat. And that's Cabot Morosky trying to get himself back into this. As they switch to the freestyle leg, Colin Schaefer swam that final. We're very consistent, another 45.38 for 3:59.99 as he turns first and puts some room on the breaststrokers. Cabot Morosky turns second in a 46.29. And Jake Slavinsky in lane 1. As they come home, that freestyle leg for Colin Schaefer was 35.05. For Cabot, 33.40, so he is closing. And in lane 1 for Jake Slavinsky in 35.29. Turnover rates pick up for Jake Slavinsky and Cabot Morosky as they're trying to close, but our winner is going to be out in lane number 7. That's Colin Schaefer. He finishes in a time of 5:09.73, dropping almost, I guess that's almost 20 seconds, 18 seconds off the time. Second place in lane number 4 was Cabot Morosky. Came home in 33.37 to finish in 5:13.54, dropping over 4 seconds. Third place finisher out in lane 1, Jake Slavinsky. He finished in 5:13.62, dropping 19 seconds. I like that 9 seconds off of his entry time. Those are 3 great swims and 3 great drops. As I look at that, Colin Schaefer, his next motivational cut will be a triple. That's a 5:08.59. I'm sure he'll get that at the next swim. That does conclude our first event, the meet program, 12 to 14. I'll turn this over for the younger swimmers coming up next.